All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and our friend Antonio from Terraspania in. And I love to do business with people that specialize in certain areas of the wine world. And you know, Antonio at one time just had Spanish wine, but now he's got stuff from Argentina and other places, and you know, he's branching out a little bit. And you know, I guess you got to fill your book in if you want to, you know, really be successful in the wine business. It's hard to just stick to one part of the wine world. So many great wines out there. And we started out today with the Tempranillo from La Terra de Castilla in Spain. And this is Dominio De Punctum, Finca Fabian, which really simple, easy drinking, entry-level Tempranillo, fresh and floral bouquet. Very simple and pleasant, kind of cherry, wild strawberry fruit. Really soft berry fruit showing on the tongue with pretty floral notes and a short but pleasant finish. A good wine for $14. And then a ton of Chanarmuyo wines. Chanarmuyo. Anyways, not an easy one name to pronounce, but it's a small family-owned winery, and they're out of La Rioja, which is just south of Salta, and they have the same winemaker as Viña-Cobos. No, it's not Paul Hobbs. It's the other guy that works for Paul Hobbs, obviously. Anyways, it's a local guy, and you know, these entry-level wines are nice little wines. I mean, they're all good. The Malbec, which we expect to be good from Argentina, the Syrah, the Cabernet, all have a nice balance to the wine and nice fruit. But, you know, like I said, not the reason why I get out of bed in the morning. The Cabernet Franc and Cabernet, the best of that line. And then we get into the Reserva, and now you have my attention. This is where, you know, the wines from Argentina really shine. That $20 price range, they really over-deliver. The Malbec Reserva, 100% varietal, really lovely concentration here. Blackberry, blueberry fruit on the nose, violet floral tones, black licorice spice, and dark chocolate. Big and chewy wine on the tongue with layers of that dark berry fruit, densely packed, almost liqueur-like with richness, and a nice hand of acidity and fine tannins through the finish, dark spice, earth, floral notes. Really nice complexity for $20. Like I said, man, these wines from South America, if you like Bordeaux varietals, really over-deliver. All right, some whites. We had the Chacalina, which is a wine from the Basque Country, and the best-selling wine in Antonio's book, I'm sure. Well, a little light in alcohol for some people in this country, but really lovely freshness to this wine. You know, leaves the tongue salivating for food, gives you almost a slight spritz to it on the finish, and that briny character, reminiscent of the sea. Something all these Chacalina's wines have. And this wine's really nice at $20, maybe a little heavy on the price range for something like this. But the Dominio De Punctum Finca Fabian Chardonnay up next. And this is a good little wine, fresh and clean style of Chardonnay. The Viognier from Chanarmuyo up next from La Rioja, lighter style Viognier. And then a slew of sherry, Moncherie. Oof. And these non-vintage Alessandro wines from Manzanillo all the way through Pedro Jimenez. And a nice little line of sherry, you know. I mean, it's not something that you could get arrested with, really, in this country. But, you know, when I was in sherry, it was funny because the people were trying to figure out the U.S. market. And they said, you know, we did this study in the United States, and we found out that 80% of the people that drink sherry are unemployed. And, well, those are the people that are drinking Inglenook sherry or whatever, cheap sherry. Sorry, Francis Ford Coppola, there's no more Inglenook sherry. He's now bought the rights to that name, and it's all the expensive Napa Valley property now. It used to be called Rubicon. But anyways, we digress. Sherry is one of the finest and most complex wines there is in the world. These little Alessandro wines are great examples of their different types of style. The Finos and Manzanilla, very light style. Amontillado, Palo Cortado, the rarest of the sherries, and Oloroso, a little richer, more nutty character to them. And then the Cream and the Pedro Jimenez, the sweeter styles. The Cream, to me, had this really tobacco kind of nose to it. Was the last Cream I had the same exact thing. I couldn't believe it. I don't remember that being typical for cream sherries, but on the palate, sweeter and more residual sugar on the finish. But, you know, these wines are nuanced, they're complex, and everything in this line, to me, was an incredible value. Now, the prices on here are for $375s, but they do have $750s, which I think are outstanding values also. So check it out if you like sherry, one of the best values that I've had all year in the sherry world. All right, that's what we had to drink with our friends from Terraspania. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.